I forgot to tell Vader about my dream.
We're live, so you could
Tell us
tell it
all
on
your
the stream.
dreams.
So the other night, I was taking a nap, and for some reason, I thought Saturday night was Sunday night. So I was like, I guess like subconsciously, my brain's like, you gotta wake up soon. It's D&D. So like, I got up and I was sitting on my computer, and I get in the call, and it's like it was just me, and I was trying to play a game before D&D started. Started losing at my game. That's how I know I'm in a nightmare. And then I hear a banging on the door, like as I'm like just getting absolutely destroyed in Mountain Blade, and it's just Vader outside my house screaming, "Chugman, we're going to Applebee's! Chugman, we're going to Applebee's!" And then I hear the door break open, and I woke up to Vader screaming, "We're going to Applebee's!" And for some reason, I'm just like, I swear, I was like, if he tells me we're going to Applebee's today at any point, I'm gonna like just leave the call and never come back.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I go for some Applebee's.
Definitely something in the realm of possibility that I would do.
You've never said Applebee's once in any conversation we've ever had, but for some reason we're going to fucking Applebee's.
Yeah, usually my choice of restaurant like that would be Chili's. But, I'm cool with Applebee's.
Uh, and that was the
Well,
dream. I woke
that was
up to you breaking down the door.
That's a beautiful dream. I've been having a couple of strange dreams lately myself, but they've been involving the band Sleep Token, and it's just been a weird shows every time I go there. I've had two of them so far, and the first one, it was like all the crowd just standing there waiting for the music to start, and somebody comes out on stage in a Sleep Token mask with a big sign that says, "Vessel's voice is a little messed up today because he's feeling under the weather." So then after they leave, the band comes on, they play one song, and then they get off the stage for an hour. We're all just sitting there waiting. They come back on, play another song, and then go away for an hour. They do this about 2 or 3 more times. And then they just get off, don't say anything, and it's like we're all just standing there. We're like, well, what the fuck happens now? And like the last hour of my dream is just me and thousands of other concert goers. Like, well, what do we do? And then I woke up. And then the other night, I had another dream, still at a Sleep Token concert, but it was at like a huge stadium. But for some reason, they had 2 stages that were all on like this, like the top of a pyramid, essentially, and like down this, like you had steps going up the sides, and if you're up top, you can be right on stage level. But the crowd was all at the bottom. But like for some reason, they would switch stages between songs. So like they would play on one side for one song, and then you'd only have sound on that side, and then they would switch over to the other side, and then you'd only have sound on that side. So my whole dream was me and my friends going up and down these stairs to just catch the whole thing, and I was like, that's weird.
My nightmare too would be going upstairs.
Yeah, but I take it as a sign as I'm going to see Sleep Token soon, so I'll take it.
Yeah. I actually had a full reenactment of what happened to Zurag, and I was Millie, and I was elbow deep in blood. I'm just like, I've got to do something. Good God, let me help this.
I'm not a doctor.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I play one on TV.
I'm on TV. Well, welcome everybody. It is Sunday night, and we are not in a dream here in the Rain of Storms, but we are in the. It is dream come true. Yes, this was on everybody's Make-A-Wish list, and I'm glad I could make everybody happy before the inevitable end. Anywho, we are in the jungles of Chult, and when we last left off, you guys awoke from your dream sap stupor to be face to face with lizard folk who were holding you all at spear point. These lizard folk belonging to the Terror Claw clan, the clan at Ifran Tauroa, the lizard folk who had sent you here in the first place, belonged to. You were bagged and gagged and tied and brought before the chief, Skarn of the Iron Scale, who was told of your purpose here by Ryella, who had taken you guys into custody, essentially. You were tested in a ring of combat, and you were forced to fight each other. Well, at least that's what you first assumed. Merc wasting no time beating up on the nerds in his group. And you guys traded blows, fighting off poison from these daggers and gathering green or red marks until you finally caught on with what the trial was all about. It wasn't about fighting at all. It was about standing in solidarity with your team. And eventually you threw down your knives and you stepped out of the ring together into your second trial, a feast of sorts, called the Feast of the First Fang. You guys partook of food and drink and storytelling, and you offered up stories of triumphing over difficult moments in your life, and the energy from your story fed this great big horned beast that sat in the center of the table that you guys were all feeding upon. Upon giving your story, this beast awoke, stood up, towering over you, and walked off into the distance, taking with him the scenery around and leaving you guys standing in like a mist-laden field with a single totem pole, a blank-faced totem pole surrounded by a small pool of water. You all approached it and looked into this water, and within it you saw yourself wearing a mask, to which you all described yourselves wearing. Once you had described what these masks looked like, you all took them off and put them onto the totem pole, and they seemed to seal into a solid state on the wood. And as this happened, you guys watched as a dark serpent-like creature wrapped around the totem pole before it came head height, looking at you eye to eye, its mouth opening wide enough to swallow you all whole. But as that happened, a flash of bright, radiant sunlight appeared from behind you, and it revealed the rest of the totem poles, presumably added to by the lizard folk lineages before. The serpent was burst into just particles of shadow and dispersed out of view, and you guys awoke back at the feast table, having passed your second trial. Your third, bring Skarn, the head of Raz Nazi, the Yuan-Ti shaman who had been busy at work slaying the lizardfolk tribes and collecting an artifact of sorts. He spent the rest of the day reveling with the lizard folk in their traditions, dancing around the fire, telling stories around the ash pit, and you had some one-on-one time with some of the NPCs. Restig spoke with Skarn about how much of an asshole Ifran Tauro was, and learned that Ifran had left the tribe on his own volition and had cast aside the ways of the old way, or the old gods rather. He was warned that if he were to bring the Sun Tyrant into this world and tried to control him, it would bring about his end and possibly the doom of anybody around. Merc apologized to everyone, one by one, for stabbing them, and he was easily forgiven, but had a little bit of a chastising from Zurag, who was a bit upset that Merc was so quick to stab him. Merc explained that he thought Zurag would be the one to be able to take it over Millie, and would see her be the last to take any hits. To which Zurag acquiesced, and the water was put under the bridge. Adalaid spoke with Ifran Tauroa's brother, who seemed to be a bit just like his brother, but had told Adalaid that he did not trust the outsiders, especially with the fact that it took him so long to be welcomed into his tribe the way that you guys were. Zurag spoke with Raella and learned about Raznazi and learned about the forbidden city of Omu, where Raznazi seems to be held up with a number of Yuanti and undead. She told you the history of the city and how it was once a great and prosperous city, but it fell into ruin due to those who let it pretty much forsaking their gods, and in turn their god forsake them. Or forsook, and the city fell to ruin and was lost to time. Millie spoke with Zaali, the High Seeress, and through a ritual of her own, had some questions answered about her meeting with a woman that she met when trying to bring Zurag back to life. Zaali had exclaimed that this was a personification of death, who often takes the shape of something that would most often be soothing to those who are crossing over. Not only did she warn you about Raznazi's power over death, but she warned you about the man who had appeared and stole the flesh of both Merc and Ressig when they were reincarnated into their current forms. She told you that Raznazi sets out to release a god, but warned you that this person that you had met is a god, and gave you the name Dodd Kong, a name that does not seem familiar to you in any sorts. She mixed you a potion made out of your own blood, Millie, and handed it back to you in trade of sorts to see you do well in the future. And I believe that covers the gist of everything that went down. What is left to unfold, to await you, well, remains to be seen. So we begin today as the sun begins to rise in the jungles of Cholt. Here atop these stone plateaus, the heat seems to greet you a lot earlier than it would down in the shaded tree covered areas of the jungle. So as you all wake up, you wake up with a sweat already forming on your brow. As you all wake up, Hunt Lord, what do you do?
We got a long rest, right?
You shouldn't have had anything to recover.
I think I'm missing a spell slot.
And I tried to cure wounds once.
Yeah. But... we kind of like sleeping in like a communal room.
You guys are in tents.
All right.
In separate tents.
I imagine Merc's a relatively early riser. Probably not as early as Ressig. But Merc will wake up as a scaled person. He doesn't sweat, so he probably just like goes and hunts down like a bucket of water and just like pours it over his head. And then good.
I was just kidding. My guess would be Zurich probably would not be enjoying this heat. I can't imagine he had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had all come from. I mean, it's wintertime where you guys came from, so you all had winter gear when you were teleported here. So, just wearing. I mean, you're a barbarian, so you don't really wear armor or anything like that, but still, you would wear furs and stuff like that to protect you from the cold. And here it is just miserable.
If there is a clean running body of water that is like a stream or something, Ressig would be near that, just trying to like cool off as best as possible.
There isn't on the plateaus here. You'd have to go back down into the jungle. But there is like a well of sorts that you can draw water from.
That is where you would find
Yeah,
her.
they're like their tribe's like set on a series of like stone platforms over water, right?
Yeah. You're uncomfort like you're the uncomfortability that you feel is apparent to others. And now with the trials and stuff done, the lizard folk around you are more aware that you guys are gonna die of heat exhaustion if you don't get different clothes on. So they offer you all tribal clothing. Why don't we take turns here in describing what they look like? Zorag just gets a loincloth.
That's what I'm wondering. Like
I mean, Zurich probably
a
looks closer.
leopard print loincloth. Let's go.
Just
I was gonna say probably looks more similar to how it's portrayed in the photo now.
separates his buns quite nicely.
Yeah, imagine mercs would be like the easiest for them to do, as they like are like, yeah, you're just a big one of us. They're like, here's the chief's old clothes.
You get some
The chief is
hand-me-downs.
massive. He's just a big guy, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
they just
huge.
throw. I imagine they just throw the chief's old clothes at him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is when he was a teen. So it's like just like imagine it's just kind of like a simple belted tunic with like a hole cut out the back for a tail, which is a lot like lighter than Merc's normal clothes, which are
Yeah.
extremely heavy. As Merc is sitting there, I imagine they actually probably help him fit the armor, his normal chainmail too, a little bit more better for a person of his stature and kind of build.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to think like when you're wearing armor such as that, you have a lot of padding on, especially in like colder environments. So that padding gets stripped and rolled and placed away for you to gather back up and at a later date. But you take on more thinner, thinner cloth and stuff like that for sure.
And yeah,
Adalaid. Sorry, go ahead. I thought you were done.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I imagine he also would have probably taken like some of the like saved teeth he has, and he'll finally make the necklace from the picture, where it's just like a bunch of those like pointed fangs. He'll finally make that necklace.
Or to like successorize. I like that.
You
Go,
done?
Adelaide.
She said, "Are you
Yes.
fucking done?"
Adelaide would look like a little, like a crop top. And her bottoms would look like shorts, but in the front it will have like a long piece of clothes that's like a little pleated with some metal pin on it. Pretty simple, not a lot of material.
Top kind of a situation with what would basically be like a skirt with like the built-in shorts, and probably like some sort of like not necessarily a jacket, but like a lighter like over cloth over untied around her waist in case she gets cold. Could be cold at night. She doesn't know.
It's not. It's humid and warm, even at night.
I get cold in like 70, 80-degree weather, so
Yeah,
I don't generate body heat well. Millie doesn't have to either.
That's true. So maybe Millie's carrying her hoodie with her.
Yep.
I would imagine Zarag would he'd be shirtless, but he'd still have his leather straps and everything for whatever he was carrying. He's got the belt on, and then instead of the furs, maybe there's a lighter weight like reptilian leather or something like that they give him.
Yeah, lots of
Just
straps.
basic, lots of straps.
Lizard folk was. This was made for my cousin Jeremy.
Yes. May it serve you well. So yeah, leather straps, some reptilian hide, and a leopard print thong.
Lunk.
Also rocking the hair up. Cold.
Yeah, probably. And his name's Sir Sunhammer.
Although I would like going with that. Maybe there's like a chameleon skin or something, so then you can't see him.
Very nice.
Oh,
Very nice.
God.
Did anybody buy that from Zanu? Because there was a chameleon skin cloak.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, because it was essentially like the cloak of Elvenkind, which Adelaide already had.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Oh,
and
did we get our items? Or not yet?
I made
no,
I
not
made
yet.
mine and added them to my D&D Beyond, but I can't upload the stuff to the character sheet because it's being a pain in the butt. Resig, as far as clothing is concerned, would come back from wherever they're at with the drawing water and bathing, just sweating profusely, just like, I don't... Do they normally sweat like this? There's just sweat in
I
places
think
there
they
shouldn't
sweat
be
at all.
sweat.
Are you talking? What do you mean they?
Them. He's a woman now.
Lizard? Oh, women. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
what
that'll
is-
happen.
What does he have a pair of now that he didn't have before? And would be totally lost as far as like any kind of clothing, so would pretty much just be in the most basic, like, tunic and shorts or some lightweight pants. Nothing fancy. Looking as little like a woman as possible. Because he doesn't know any better. She doesn't know any better. Jesus, my brain. I'll never get it.
Okay. Well, as you guys all don your your jungle appropriate gear. You are handed back your weapons and all the stuff that was taken from you the day prior. And you're reminded that the lost city of Omu, according to Raela, has 2 points of uh, entry that she could recall. She told Zureg which one. She said you could either go through you could traverse the flame scale peaks and find the entrance there by following the river that flows from there, or there is an ancient staircase that has been consumed by the jungle over the years. She will also have told you that if you wish to go through the flame scale peaks and stuff like that, are they the flame scale? Hold on, I need to look at my map. Get out of my way. Oh, the peaks of flame. That's what they are. Yeah, she said if you wanted to go through that way, it would take you a little longer to get to the river to traverse through there. The staircase, she believes, is closer on your side of where you currently are.
So longer trip, but more well-traveled, or shorter trip and potentially more dangerous.
I'm not gonna say well traveled.
Okay. Well,
but more time to get there because you'll be coming from the different direction from where you are now. You'd essentially be going around, getting to the peaks of flame. You'd have to find the river inlet, then you'd have to follow the river.
Okay.
And go through from there.
Really, we probably would have did whatever she suggested.
Do they seem to be wanting us to leave right now? Like, go on, get you kids.
No. You guys, do you have time to prepare or do whatever you'd like?
Merc will go. Adalaid, it might be time to do your little thing with the bones.
It takes a whole day.
This might be the safest place for it, though.
Their egg's
And I'm
probably
sure-
still not 100%.
I'm sure that they would assist us in this matter, and they could assist us when we're going to go fight the witch doctor.
Sure.
Shaman. That's the right word.
We were given his name.
Shaman.
Raznazi.
Yep.
I didn't want to mess up the pronunciation.
Yes, it's RASNSI.
Okay, Raz Nazi.
Merc doesn't remember the name of dead men.
I like that.
Do you remember your name all the time?
Drops mic, walks away.
I mean, we also have to consider Beerus. You wanted his name to be remembered.
Merc's also a hypocrite.
Well, I guess we're not in any imminent rush to get there. They want it done. We can't progress further until we get it done, so. This might be as good a place as any to do your bone ritual.
I guess. What do I need to do, waiter?
Well, you need to first produce all your bones, and it needs to be produced into an area that you feel most connected with. So, like the jungle. And then you need to induct a ritual, of which will take multiple checks and might possibly need help from your companions to complete.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna head into the jungle. So, if you guys want to join me, maybe I might need your help.
Happy to help. What color is Bluey this time?
Yeah. Merc will walk up with Blue Guard the Fifth or Bluey 5. It is a green drake. He will look at
Still
Bluey
called
and
Bluey.
go, "You are named Bluey now." And I imagine the drake, because it has intelligence and telepathic bond, goes, "But I'm green," and Merc just cuts it off.
In the right light, in the right angle, it might look blue.
He actually has frills that open up, and he spits acid into your face.
Oh.
Oh, Merc spits acid back.
My baby.
They like each other.
He dies, and you're blind.
And in a jeep somehow, screaming in the jeep.
Yes. Your name is Newman for some reason.
All right.
Merc wakes up from his nap in a panic. My God.
That was human. That was really weird. There was a necromancer bringing back dinosaurs, but they already exist normally.
I have added the shield of the Ankylo King to Merc's sheet. And seeing as I have to do everything else here, I will have to postpone doing it all from everybody else. Unless you guys want to talk for 10 minutes, let me do this. But it seems like we're doing rituals.
Merc will sit there, and as he finishes his drumstick, on account of that was what the player just slammed in a moment, he'll go, "So, Resig, are you sure you don't want the other girls to help you find something more comfortable? It kinda looks like you're miserable."
It's hot. I've never been a fan of the hot weather anyway. And
Well, I mean, every time I kind of hint at a dress up, Millie dances in her spot. So I was just kind of
well,
Makeover.
She also develops a really weird accent.
maybe.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
It's contagious. It's spreading.
Well, maybe once we're out of the jungle, come up with something. She's already got a piece of clothing that I wanted to have her try and work on, but that might take a lot of time.
I also don't think it will help with the heat problem.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, I'm in a awkward spot between CA. He holds up the bucket of water and covers himself in water again. He goes, "After this, I for some reason want to go lay out on a rock."
Well, let's follow Adalaid down into the jungle, and there's probably plenty of rocks we could find to sit on. I would suggest not going too deep into the jungle, though. But
Of course. Yeah, we got to keep Adelaide safe during this ritual. I've helped her extract a lot of these bones myself, like the teeth and the finger bones, and the knuckle bones, and the toes, and well, really the things I'm really experienced with extracting for people.
Some kneecaps.
That is a thing which is of
Kneecaps.
concern, but I guess we know who your I wouldn't say employers, but associates are. Kinda doesn't surprise me.
Did it really cleanly though.
Well, yes, I mean,
Because he has experience.
it is fun sometimes when you're, working a person over to be like, surprise, look, no finger, you didn't really even feel pain. And then they realize and they feel the pain. It's really, well, a lot of people like to flip you off when they're trying to be defiant, so, suddenly losing the offending finger is just a speciality of mine.
Hmm.
Duly noted.
Millie, once we're out of the jungle, if you want to play dress up, I guess I do need some better clothes. I haven't really had anything that... Honestly, haven't really had anything that fit her this whole time, other than the armor.
Yeah, more than happy to do so.
Thank
Sure,
you.
Adelaide would like to come along for the ride too.
Sure.
Mark gets a better grin. He goes, maybe you can get some rabbit skin. We know someone who has offered you a lot of rabbits.
I don't know about Pocket Rabbit. I don't think I want to... I don't think I want to make clothes out of that. Or be associated with Pocket Rabbit at all. But hey, that's our Tanner.
That's true. Also, how's the little furry thing on you doing in the heat?
Not well. She's objecting to the heat about as much as I am, but she has the benefit of not having to wear armor. So. And right now she's probably like resting on one of Ressig's shoulders and just kind of curled up there as best as possible. Getting some fresh air.
Maybe, well, I don't know. This ritual should be relatively safe. I can't see a lot of things going bad. We're definitely, it should be an easy breezy thing. I mean, it's gonna take a while, but I
Drake's
kind of.
gonna bonk him in the back of the head.
What was that for?
You know what?
I was just talking about how easy it was gonna be.
Because we were talking about clothes, and then you said easy breezy. My immediate thought was beautiful cover girl.
When has anything we've done so far on this journey been easy?
Merc will think for a moment. He'll start to say, well, there was that. No. And then, Surprisingly, it did not take as long to capture the cat. I'm not speaking of the results. I'm just saying, in us capturing the cat and bringing it back to the keep did not take that long.
Comparatively, no, yeah.
Yeah. That's true, but the results were less appealing once we got the cat back to the keep.
Well, it seems like it's easy for us to get into shit. I never said it was easy for us to get out of shit.
Well, I hope I could find someone that I could take this thing that's on my neck off.
Well, I was actually thinking about that. I'm surprised none of us had the thought while we were in the village to ask them, "Hey, if we do this mission for you, can you just take the collar off and send us back?"
Well,
That'd be a good bargaining chip when we return.
Well, I
Especially,
mean, it would be good for them to be aware of, hey, we can do this for them, and now just quid pro
well, we're
quo it
gonna go
out.
back to the village after this. Are we gonna take off from here to go after my ritual? I mean, which takes the whole day.
Yeah, we should, when we're back tonight, we should ask them.
Yeah, I was
Gi-
thinking of
Give me insight
sorry.
checks.
ooh,
Everybody.
The dice.
no.
I was gonna say, do we want to roll disordered order dice first?
Oh, I forgot about
Got
that.
18.
I got a 9.
I got a 4.
Ooh, nice. I got a 23.
I'll do this until I get my. Dirty 20 for Ressic.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Merc, they could definitely take it off. Adelaide, you know for a fact that they can't take it off. This is a Ilfrantal Roa special necklace. And even given what that's such good to check, you might think that it might even possibly affect your connection during the ritual.
Mm. Well,
Merc will scratch the neck spines and go, definitely. I am almost certain they can.
I'm just scared that it might affect what we're trying to do here today. But this is a good time as ever, so.
Well, the other option is Merc will go. If they are willing to hold on to something for us, we could take the skull out of the hole and then pour all your bones into the hole. That way we free up our bags.
The hole won't hold all those bones.
A percentage of the bones into the hole, and then we'll have more bag space.
No. Why don't we just try it? I'm kind of tired of carrying around all these bones and us not having the space that we need for other things.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they say that Raznazi has been hoarding artifacts and treasures that they also wanted back?
Yeah,
How
we're supposed to try to get them back.
how would we carry said things?
I think that's why we're trying to free up the bag space. Merc will go, well, I know I treasure this thing, but I don't know a lot about magic, but I know dragon bones are like magic. Do you think your ritual would be enhanced if you used, I don't know, a dragon skull?
I don't know. Waiter?
Give me a nature roll.
Can we order disorder first so she can add to D6?
Yeah. I guess. Let's roll our order disorder die.
3.
Well, one for me.
6.
One for y'all.
6
I have
for
no
me.
idea what the hell.
2
Adalaid,
3s and
roll.
2 6s.
2 3s, 2 6s.
And a 1.
And then I will roll 1 as well. Hey,
Perfectly
balanced.
balanced.
That's all
as
things
all
should
things should
be.
be.
Nature, you said.
And you have these nifty disorder dice you can add.
Yes, hold on. Let me get my thing situated properly so it's not all.
The dice goblin has things.
Oh, never mind. That's a 3 and a 1 on the 6, so that's a 4.
You have no idea what effect using a dragon skull would have during this.
Okay.
But it would be cool.
We could try, and maybe we could find you a different dragon bone later if you want me to use yours.
Well, I mean, I just think that, like, if you're making some kind of, like, bone monstrosity thing, what if it had a really big dragon skull on top of it?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. So you're
Mark
okay
has-
with me using your dragon skull for this ritual?
Merc will, I guess, throw down the hole and go, yeah, let's, he pulls out the dragon skull longingly again, straps it to his back one last time.
Why do I have?
What do you have? What?
I'm trying to remember where I got the wolf skull helm from. Through my notes.
Me.
From the dude you got your
Technically
dude
me.
you got your weapon from. Yeah, well, you also got it from the guy he got his weapon from.
That's just like
Remember
a
the orcs?
talisman, right?
The orc was wearing it's a headdress.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I didn't, for some reason, I didn't write it down. I don't know if that would help him either.
Well, first, Adelaide, you need to find yourself a good spot.
Okay.
So you open yourself up to the jungle around you. You begin to connect with its life stream. Go ahead and give me either a nature or a survival.
Could I assist as I was with like bushwhacking to try and
No.
she points in a direction?
No,
Okay.
she is finding this through like supernatural means.
That's a hold on. That's a 21 for survival.
Okay. So, with your eyes closed, you listen to the jungle. You can hear the rustle of the leaves, the foliage around. You can hear the skittering of even the smallest animal moving through the underbrush. You can feel the life forces that move around. You can sense a trail of bullet ants moving across a dead log, carrying scraps of food, and you can feel each little speck of those bullet ants being snuffed out as a lizard or some other smaller animal bites down into them and snuffs their light out. You continue walking forward No conversations can be had from you. In fact, you can't even hear your companions walking beside you as you follow the pulse of life through the forest floor here, or the jungle floor rather. You eventually begin to feel the cool running stream of water approaching you. And everybody else, as you're watching Adelaide just kind of blindly lead you, she cuts through the brush and you see that there's a river running through, and it's a different part of the river that you guys had met Zanu at. Or at least you think so. And there seems to be some sunken planks of wood stretching across, acting as a bridge. You cross over this bridge onto a small little sandbar type embankment, crossing yet again another bridge before you come to this opening of sorts on the other side of the river. You see there's a bunch of moss and ivy covered stones that almost act like a natural circle here. And the way that the grass grows here is almost as if energy is pulsated from the center and kind of pushed the grass over like a strong gust of wind. And you see sitting in the center is a large, like almost obelisk shaped like stone that's covered in vines and ivy and moss. And it seems to radiate a very magical, natural, primal magic. And it is here where you feel that it is appropriate.
Adelaide will stop there and just like look around and tell to her friends, "This looks like a good spot to do this. I can feel it in my bones."
I hate you.
Zureg takes 1d6 psychic damage. Oh, at least it's a 1.
Now I need to find my book that has this notes in there because I was not expecting to do this.
Should always expect the unexpected.
If you
You
expect the
DM one
unexpected,
time.
then if you expect the unexpected, then it's by definition not unexpected. So then that's a contradiction.
Exactly the point.
Merc's gonna find a nice rock, sit down, and then he's gonna pull out his tobacco pouch, pull out a bunch of leaves that he's dried overnight, start rolling up cigarettes because his pipe is still broken.
Yeah, someone in the village might know mending.
That would have been a good thing to do while we were in the village.
We're going back, aren't we? Before we go on our
Yeah.
adventure?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, that will be tonight, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Merc, if you're desperate for a pipe, you can grab a piece of like hard fruit and carve a hole through it and a little depression in it. I don't know where I learned that, but I mean, it's been a while since I knew that trick. How to make a pipe out of
I
fruit.
heard it also works with the worldwide favorite beverage, a can of Coca-Cola.
That's very unhealthy.
You could use a bone too.
That would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
But Merc will like hold up one of the prison cigarettes he has made and go, Millie, if you don't mind.
She'll like snap her fingers in like a little flame.
Ressic will use Druidcraft to snap her fingers and light the wrong end.
There'll be a sizzling noise as Merc goes, son of a bitch! Millie, you hit the wrong end.
It was on the tip of my finger. It was up to you to put your the right side to it.
Merc will wet the tips of his fingers and gum up the inhaling end. He just sighs. Ah, son of
Light it in the middle. Merc, you seem to be having a
Merc-
problem with this thing you're smoking. It's bad for you, though. I do know that.
Well, I keep seeing you wave your arms and do a little chant, so I'm starting to think that it isn't my fault.
Okay, so Adelaide, you need to position all 1,000 of your bones in a spiraling configuration around this rock.
It's gonna take a couple of hours, isn't it?
It's gonna take a
It's gonna
bit.
take all day.
Take
Sarag will
long.
help any way he can.
Yeah, she will start positioning her bones. And I'll tell the others, like, it needs to be in a spiral.
Ressic
Does
will
this
help.
skull count as one or like a bunch?
One.
What?
The skull, like Merc holds up the entire dragon skull.
Oh,
You can put
If
that
you're
right in the
using-
middle.
if you're using the skull, it's gonna be right in the middle. Yeah.
Merc will shuffle over and put it in the middle.
So do you want the bones like laid down or like stuck on the ground, like pointing up?
You would-
Doesn't matter.
No, you would know that they just need to be in a spiraling pattern. Like you're listening to the magic of this land, and it's telling you how to place them. It just takes you time to do so.
What she's gonna do is she's gonna take a little stick and draw the spiral, and then she's gonna ask her friends to just put the bones on the where I marked. I will ask nicely, please help me put the bones.
Merc will do as she says. But he will go, actually, how much space do you need exactly?
I need to place all 1,000 bones in the spiral pattern. So
Merc will go, so outside of this, should we try to, I don't know, like, set up like a rope fence or something? Just to kind of keep things out?
So as you guys come over to this
Probably a
map,
good
please ignore all the regular looking trees and replace them with jungle trees.
Oh, so we have a bit of a clearing. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What does Merc concentrate on?
Nothing. Neither of you should be.
Millie will have the bag set down, and she's just reaching in, pulling out bones, setting them aside. Reaching in, pulling out bones, setting them aside.
Merc will go, oh, I remember that bone. That was a good one. That orc was still alive when we got those.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, that's one of mine.
Reaching in, pulling out bones, setting them aside.
Oh, I remember that giant. Yeah, he had a bad day when his head got flail level.
Millie will
That's
wave
why it's
someone
one of
over to
its
help her
teeth.
lift out the next one. It's a little bit bigger.
That goblin archer had a bad day that day. Shouldn't have been in Firebolt range for you.
Reaches in, grabs a skull, spine still attached, pulls it out, puts it aside.
Do you remember that one, Zerag? That was fun.
Fun, you say?
Do we have to break these ones apart?
I
The
don't
spine,
think
it
so.
does bend. We could make that its own curve.
Yeah.
This is the most demented arts and crafts project.
Millie and Ressig just pulling bones out of the bags of holding, handing them to
I
Merc
hope
and
the
Zurich to lay them down.
I hope the necromancer is watching this.
Wait, those sons of bitches are curbing on my style!
For a very split second, I was like, "Oh, I have alert," and I was like, "No, that's on Scotty." Or alarm or whatever it is.
Merc is gonna tell Bluey 5 to keep an eye out. Good luck, Bluey 5.
Okay, so you guys take a good couple of hours lining up these bones. You know, Adelaide, you have to like correct your friends on their placement as you put them, as it seems there is a bit of a rhyme to the reason here. But eventually you have this spiral, and it spirals all the way out from the center stone all the way out to the rim of these other stones, eventually intersecting with them as if it completes it into a circle. As you do this, you place the final bone, they all begin to gently rattle, and you can feel the innate primal magic begin to take hold of this area. Once you are ready to start the ritual, you must approach the stone and touch it.
Like the one in the middle?
Yep.
Yep, I'll do that. I will tell just stand back. I don't know what'll happen. And I don't want any of you to get hurt. And she will go and touch the stone.
Merc will go back a little bit, get into his trail rations. Casually takes like a handful, like walnuts and like stuff, and just like.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, please place yourself all where you intend to be for this ritual.
Before the ritual
And,
starts, Ressig's going to cast Long Strider on themselves.
okay. Adelaide, I have sent you the incantation when you are ready and when everybody else has placed themselves. Please read it.
Roots of marrow, veins of stone, from death's embrace I call thee home. By blood and bone, by flesh long past, rise anew and make this earth your grasp.
As the last syllables of that incantation leave Adelaide's lips, the ground heaves violently. The bones begin to tremble and then spiral inward as if they are being devoured by the soil itself. You watch as Adelaide lifts up a few inches off the ground, still maintaining contact with the stone, but the earth and the bones beneath it are being sucked into it. And then from the depths of the earth, as you watch that dragon skull sink down lastly, from the depths of the earth, something stirs. Something ancient. The ground around you all begins to tremble. You begin to watch as the trees begin to shake and bend as if they are fighting to stand tall around you. You watch as a grotesque tangle of gnarled roots and rotting flesh bursts forth. It reaches up, forming a bony, vine-ridden claw that smashes into the ground next to Adalaid. A secondary one comes out, smashes into the ground on the other side, and this gigantic creature begins to pull itself out of the ground, rising up and over Adalaid, whose eyes are glowing green. Her hands are almost seem to be fused with the stone as the vines are now wrapping around as she is inducting an ancient primal magic to bring this creature back. You watch as two sets of wings unfurl, covered in bones and vines, and then looming over Adalaid's body is the maw of the dragon skull that still has the vines twisting in, now acting as an intravenous system, flooding life back into the dead bones. And you watch as they snake and writhe over each other. A glowing green light emits from behind those hollow skull eyes, and a black undead dragon roars, now breathing in new life. And in a second, I'm going to need you guys all to roll initiative.
Shit! Way to go, Chad.
I was gonna say, then we all die.
The green glowing eyes, is that something that this similar color to ones we've seen before in the animals that we fought?
No, sir.
Okay.
Refer
making
to
sure.
my picture of Anakin saying, "It's working, it's working."
Move Adelaide for a second so I can move something.
Choose the form of your destroyer. Merc will shout, "Good job, Adelaide! You've risen the beast! It's
I'm
time!"
going to use... Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Like you ought to roll me initiative.
Okay, we all die.
Has Adelaide ever rolled lower than a 10 on initiative?
I got a +7 for initiative because I have
I know,
alert.
but you always roll super high too.
Yeah, sometimes I don't, but hey, maybe this time I will help. I don't know.
All right, Adelaide, as this thing comes in, you feel your body get jolted back and thrown back a bit. As the stone thrusts you away, the magic now taking hold into the form of this creature that you have just created. And you stare up at this undead vine-covered black dragon. What do you do?
Is it a monster? Is it?
Yes, yes.
I will cast Charm Monster.
Okay. Go ahead. Throw that in the chat for me.
I did.
You speak out to try to take control over your creation, but you feel something resist you deep down inside. This thing is of ancient primal magic and of constructed of multiple different bones. You have no idea how old that dragon skull was that Chug or that Merc let you use. And it seems to be controlling this thing wholeheartedly. And all you feel instead of control is just unfeathered rage.
All right. I have a bonus action. um, I don't know. Can she yell at it? I don't draw draconic anyway. So I will end my turn there. I'll be like, oh shit.
Okay, as you try to take control of this thing, it smashes its hands down into or its claws down into the ground, and just roars. And you feel like as its wings outstretch, starts to beat them, and a swirl of heavy winds begins to spin all around it. Zurag, as you are standing on the outskirts, you could feel this wind just buffeting you, and like it's so strong. It's just in this like typhoon funnel, and it seems to be acting almost like a wind wall.
So I get the idea that I can't break it. Although he would, I would assume Zurg would actually try to run into it.
Yeah, as you like go to walk, like you get into it, but you can feel like debris and shit hitting you and stuff like that. And in
Okay.
fact, as you go into it, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks and shit smash into you. And as you step into it, all you hear is just wind and roars. You get the idea that you're probably gonna have a hard time talking.
But we could still see through it.
Yeah, it's not obscuring your vision or anything, at least not yet. But it's whipping around. You get the feeling that any type of ranged attacks here are gonna have a hard time.
He would probably just try to get up to Adalaid and see if there's a way he can help. On diagonals. So yeah, if he was able to talk to her, he would try to attempt to ask what was going on, or if she knew what we had to do.
I'm trying to see if I can find like a wind effect to put on this. But if you rush right up to her, you can like shout. Like you have to shout. It's like you're standing in the middle of a tornado and you're having to shout. And even then, it's like almost hard for you to get your voice out. It's almost threatening to be whipped away.
Would I have to make a check or something to see if she could hear me?
No.
Or do you think it's alright?
As long as you're right next to her, she can hear you. But it is rough.
But yeah, he's basically just gonna scream at her and just ask what's going on, because this looks really bad.
She will. I mean, can she yell back at him, or do I have to wait till my turn?
No, you can yell back at him.
And I'll yell back. I don't know. It just feels like it's just raging. Maybe Mark can talk to it. I tried to charm it and I could not. It wouldn't budge.
Guess with that,
I don't
he
think
just
we should attack it though. I don't think we should attack it.
with that he'll just ready himself to defend though.
Okay.
I can't make it to it
Uh,
anyways, but
Are you taking like the dodge action or?
yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Okay. Restig, you are up next.
All right. I will run in. What do I got? And try and put myself. Where is? Yeah. Nope. Not measuring tool. I need to move. That's why I'm going. All right. I'm going to run in.
Okay, as you run in, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And again, as soon as you step in, like as soon as you step past this, all you hear is just wind whipping around. Like your eyes are tearing up because the wind is so heavy right now, and it seems to be gathering
All right.
the more time passes.
I am going to not get big this turn, but I'm going to bonus action pop the hill rune for that resistance. And then just stand. I don't think I'm going to take the dodge action. I am going to ready an action for if it attacks anyone in the party, I will strike at it with the whatever that weapon is called. Makuahito.
Oh yeah, the macaroni.
Mm-hmm.
Makuhite.
Makuhite. Eventually I'll
All
remember
right.
how to say it.
Yeah, it's hard. So as you run in here again, like the wind just whipping around, you're getting battered by stone and debris that's just circling around you. You rush up, this thing rears back and like begins to furl out his wings and flaps down really hard and lifts up about 10 feet into the air. And then as you see like all these bones and vines like that are still wrapping around its body, still like solidifying its form, it you just feel a pulse of dread and just necrotic energy. And I need everybody who is inside of this. Actually, it might be. I need everybody that can see this thing to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Goodbye, everybody.
Boy, oh boy, do I wish I had
Goodbye,
my
everybody.
halfling.
Oh boy, natural one.
14.
Not you.
17 for Resig.
I'm gonna use order.
I got 6.
$17 total.
Okay. So as this thing lifts up and roars and you feel that pulse of dread hit you all, everybody except for Resig and Merc, just barely on your part, Merc, thanks to the order die, feel just that pit of your stomach just fall out as fear overtakes you. You guys are frightened. This thing is then going to look down as it sees you all, and that green energy burning behind its eyes begins to kind of swirl with black. and it opens up its mouth, and you guys watch as like from its like chest, you watch as something pulses up, and you watch as the vines like move something up, and it opens its mouth wide, and it stretches out abnormally large, even larger for what you assume an adult dragon could do. And then almost the bottom jaw kind of splits apart like a snake's does to allow them to get open their jaw wider enough to swallow large prey. And it just unleashes a cone of this bile and gross breath all down, straight down, and it emits outward, covering Resig, Adelaide, and Zurag. I need you all to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh, 23 for Resic.
18 for Adelaide.
Okay. Oh, never mind. I was looking at Merc's wisdom save. I thought Merc rolled. So 17 for Zurag. What did Adelaide get again?
18.
Oh, I have
18.
advantage. Sorry. Let me try again. Because of danger sense.
Try again.
Oh, even better. 21.
Okay, so you all pass. Adelaide, you just barely do. But you are going to take.
Oh, mother.
You would have taken 41 necrotic damage. Instead, you guys take 20 points of necrotic damage. And I need a constitution saving throw from you guys.
It's a 9.
19 for my saving throw.
17 for Resic's con save.
Okay, Zurag, you passed. Everybody else is poisoned.
Hold on.
Well, I have advantage over poison.
Likewise. I got a 24.
This is it's like a necrotic onslaught thing, so this will not trigger that. This is not like a poison attack.
Okay.
Oh, actually, fuck that. Yes, it will. So reroll.
It's
Give
the
me what you
poison
got.
condition.
Yeah.
Shit, I did roll, but it was way higher.
21 for Adelaide.
Okay, so you'll
17.
you all
24.
pass. Okay, good. Yeah, you all pass. Let's see. What's this music sound like?
It's a good theme, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, as this thing just like blasts down on you guys, you just feel like the air just kind of now becomes like more noxious as the wind whipping around takes these fumes and adds to it. Those standing on the outside watch that like what was looked invisible now start to become more like greenish, blackish, and rotten. You can almost see like the undead faces moving around you as you bring this into effect.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Billy, they're dead. We need to leave. That's Chuckman joking.
Millie, that is your turn, Millie.
Millie is going to see what's going on. And I unfortunately have to step inside because it's not quite close
You
enough.
can't.
And I don't think I should. My intention was not to have to do that. So I'm gonna move over a little bit so I can maybe catch a few. To get by Merc. And Yeah, we're just on the outskirts of being able to get Ressig. So we're gonna upcast Bless so that we can get a 4 of us.
Okay, give me a perception check. You rush over here, having that spell in mind, and as you get to Merc and you go to cast it, you look over to see if you can see your comrades, and because of the black smoke are now moving around, you can't see them.
So I will not be doing that then. But I'm gonna look over at Merc and be like, "What do we do about this? This
Can
is
you
a
help
bad
me
time."
so I can try to convince it? Because I do talk dragon.
Millie will give him guidance. Pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Good luck, buddy."
Okay. Is that end your turn?
Yep.
All right, Merc, that's your turn.
Well, we're gonna take our ouchies. I'm gonna walk in.
You walk in. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you. This is against poison.
That is an 8.
Okay, you are poisoned. And while poisoned this way, you are incapacitated.
Well then.
You just see him walk in and hit the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you walk into it looks cool as fuck. Like you step into this green and black like swirling, and like as you step in, you can see the silhouettes.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna use an order die.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
holy shit.
Come on, dice.
Don't betray me again, dice.
Oh my god!
You step in. I'll say, like, you step in, you feel like this wave of just like necrosis hits you, and you're like, no, and you like step forward like a little bit more, and like as you do so, it's just like another wave of it. You're just like, and I just start immediately retching. It's just like, but you can see through like your tears and the wind ripping around. You can just see like the obscure vision of these silhouetted people just like looking up at this gigantic creature that you have helped unleash upon this world.
Yeah. If I'm incapacitated, then
You are. At the end of your turn, you can roll another Constitution saving throw.
$16.
16 does not do it.
We take nap.
All right, at the end of your turn, this thing's going to use legendary action to do a wing beat. I need Ressig to give me a dexterity saving throw.
$22.
22. Okay, you are good. So you'll take half of this. You take 4 points. That's already halved.
Half?
Bludgeon damage. Yeah, that's already halved. Just 4.
Is
as
that
you
half because I
feel-
passed or halved because
Yes.
so I take 2.
It's halved because you. No. It's halved because you pass.
It's half.
Oh yeah, you have your
again.
heal room. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yep. I caught on.
There we go.
But you feel like there's just like bursts of wind almost like threaten to take you down, but you withstand it. The winds continue to whip around. Now anything outside of 5 feet, anything outside of 10 feet of you guys is now considered lightly obscured. Adelaide, that is your turn. Oh, you start your turn in here. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
It's gonna be really quick, but Chugman's gonna suggest run. How are we feeling about running, guys?
That's what I was gonna suggest. Just get out of here. You said 4 points of damage?
Yes, and a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
We effectively unleashed a Draco Lich. Congratulations, guys. Mostly my fault.
Oh, no, all of your fault. This is not what
That's
I
a
had
dirty
planned
20.
until you added a dragon skull. 30-20, you're good to go.
Ah,
I had other plans for that dragon skull,
oh, damn it.
but I
back
love
up.
you for
Shoot.
this, so thank you.
Can I see Chugman, like a Merc just laying on the ground in front of me?
Merc didn't get far.
Yeah, like barely. Like occasionally, there's like a little window of like clear, quote unquote, air that you just see him just over there on all fours.
Really just puts her hand to her face. The classic Merc.
100%
So-
is.
Adelaide don't see any way that we could tame this thing. Can she?
I mean, you've only tried one thing. I'm not going to tell you yes
yeah.
or no. You tell me what you want to do.
She would like kneel down in front of it and kind of like put her head down like she's being submissive. Like she's not gonna attack it. She's just gonna like show it respect.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna yell at the other ones to leave now. Do not attack it. Just leave the circle.
Give me a persuasion check there, Adelaide, with disadvantage.
Can I use one of my inspirations and roll it at regular?
Sure.
You can even use an order die.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Yes, they are all mine.
Have you done internet?
Persuasion. 16.
16. This thing looks down at you, bowing your head down. And it seems to not have any effect. But you got its attention. So you think that you're on the right path.
Okay.
Alright, that was your action. Anything else bonus action wise?
I don't think so. Yep, that'll be her action. I mean, I can't talk to it. Can I try to talk to it?
Yeah, you can try.
I would say we're not here to harm you. I apologize if I disturbed your slumber. We are just here to ask for your help.
What language did you say that in?
Oh, I only know like 2 languages. Druidic?
Okay. As you say that, you hear something muffled coming from inside the dragon. But you're not quite sure what it is due to all the wind whipping around and the fact that it's coming from inside of the beast. All right. Zurag, that is your turn. I need you to make. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at the start of your turn.
Failure. 10?
Failure. Yep. So you just feel that dread sinking in even more, and like the pit of your stomach now just being replaced with just bile, and you start to uncontrollably retch.
I'm incapacitated too.
Mm-hmm. So essentially, it'll just skip your turn, but at the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution saving throw.
$15.
All right, you're going to be vehementing all for a minute there.
Join me in doing nothing.
Resting, you take 5 points of bludgeoning, halved to 2. And then I need a con save from you as well.
Something. All right. Hold on. Sorry. Distracted. I heard something hit the floor. Sounded like a dice. Oh, nope. Found it. I got it. So 2 points. Sorry, and a con save.
Yep.
17. Doing pretty good on those ones.
17.
Hope that's okay.
Unfortunately, it does not do it.
Or was this the poison thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Much better. 25.
Okay, now you're good. You may take your turn as normal.
All right. Hearing Adelaide. Did I hear Adelaide yelling this to get away? With the wind and everything
No.
going crazy?
Nope.
Yeah. But nobody else has attacked this thing.
No, nobody's had a chance yet.
All right. Well, Resic didn't hear what you said. Resic.
Can you see what I'm doing?
If you
No, I can't.
Resta, give me an intelligence roll.
I think that's a plus nothing. That's a 3.
Okay, continue.
All right. Yes, he is. Well, he's not stupid. He's just an innocent boy. Giant's might getting big.
Getting swole.
Yup. And this thing is, you said 10 feet off the ground, so now I am at
Yep.
eyeball level with it. Ressig is going to... Ressig doesn't like flying things. The last time they had a thing on the roof, he had a really bad time fighting that monster on the ceiling. He's going to try and get on the dragon.
You're gonna have a hard time here.
All right. It's a contested something. Athletics?
You would need to pull it down to try and get on top of it like that.
Okay. Well, Ressig's nothing if not stubbornly determined. I will step up, basically, and grab, if I can grab a limb and a wing and just yank it down by its leg and wing.
It'd be more so like its tail and it's one of its hind legs because the way it's positioned.
Okay, I got enough movement to get there.
You don't have to go back there. Like that's just the way. I can't represent that on here, but he had lifted itself up, you know, horizontally and or vertically rather, you know, head up and then breathe down.
All right.
So like where his head is on the picture here, that's where
Yeah.
his tail is.
Okay. Then I am going to give him a nice little tug and try and get him down to the
Okay,
ground.
it's going to be opposed athletics.
All right. Let's see how badly I can fuck this up. That's a natural 20 for a 27.
Okay, that's pretty dang good. And I rolled really badly. So you grab hold of this thing, grab onto its tail, it's just like whipping around, grab onto its leg, and you just like wrench it down. And you hear like ligaments and stuff pop as you like slam it down into the ground. It can falling down, smashing into the ground. It catches itself, does not go prone, but you do slam it down. And as you slam it down, now that it's no longer beating its wings, that aura disperses outward.
If I still got the movement to get it, I am still trying to get on it if I can, or at least start. The
that was your
process of
action.
climbing
That was your action to pull it down.
up. Okay.
Millie, you do get hit in the face with a wall of necrotic wind, so I do need a Constitution saving throw from you.
You get +1. You're 10 feet near your mark.
Millie?
Millie?
Yeah, you.
Mhm.
Your name is Millie. It has been this
Sorry.
entire game.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Adalaid for a minute.
Nope.
They call me Billy.
All right. What do I roll? What was the roll again? I was really sorry.
Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. Gotcha.
And a +1.
13.
Does not do you any good.
Can I favored by the gods?
Sure.
You get 2 D4.
Yes, I do. That was the first one. I like to do math. 16.
Higher. 17.
18.
They're flustered.
18 is right.
17, according to my math.
13. Because of the +1 from Merc.
Oh, I thought you added the +1 already.
Nope, that was just an 8.
Okay. So 18?
Yep.
Alright, you're good. But now that this dragon is on the ground, it's not whipping up that necrotic air. So those who are retching, stop. You're no longer incapacitated.
I'm out of food
I-
at this point.
Anything else on your turn there, Ressig?
Let's get them.
That was bonus action and actually. I will action surge and try and basically I want to get up on its back between its wings and try and just like keep it from having a really good ability to flap its wings. Whether I have to hang on to them or just whatever.
Yeah. So it would be your action to try and do this.
Yep, so action surge. Boom. Use that. And then that's another athletics.
Mm-hmm.
19 plus 7, so brain 26. Advantage helps.
going to use a legendary resistance to pass mine and keep you off of me.
All right. That works.
But you have eaten. Oh no, you have eaten up one of its resistances. So as you like try to get on it, it like lashes its tail at you, and you have to dodge enough for it. But it gets its body up and closes your window of you being able to get onto it. And as it shunts you off, it's going to reach around and try to slash at you 2 times.
2 times. Okay, bring it on.
17 to hit you on
Miss.
the first one. Wow. 16 to hit you.
Also miss.
Then he's just going to bite you. 26 to hit you.
That will hit.
Okay, and you take 22 piercing
Halved.
and 8 necrotic.
All right, so 19. Groovy.
Then it's going to raise up again.
All right.
It's going 20 feet up.
All right. Wisdom saving throw, please.
What's my math? 13.
Fails. It
Okay,
is
I'm
now
going to use
charmed.
my legendary resistance to pass.
All right. That's fine. That's 2 gone and 1
20
turn,
feet. Yep. 20 feet up. And it's going to cycle around. Starts flying over here, settles, it begins to beat its wings again, and you guys start to feel the whirlwind returning, but it does not do so this turn. Millie,
So since the whirlwind is not there anymore, I can see them fine.
you sure
Yeah.
can.
If I enter in the circle, it's not problematic.
Not yet.
We are going to be doing a quick.
If you're still frightened though, you can't approach it.
Well, I'm not because I passed with the Constitution saving throw because I did favored by the gods.
Oh no,
Yeah, that's
it's
the
it
con
was the
save, not
wisdom.
the fright.
It was the
Yeah.
wisdom saving throw
Oh yeah.
at the
We're
beginning.
We're still frightened, I think.
So can I do that again then?
You do
Or
it
is
at
that
the end of
my
your
turn?
turn. At the end of your turn.
Okay.
Which you should have done it at the end of your last turn. So I'll go ahead and make me one right now.
So that 20 for a second.
That'll
Add and another
fine.
+1 because you're 10 feet.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You don't need that +1.
So Millie's gonna.
It's all I have. It's all I have.
Gonna move in a little bit for part of her movement. So she's close enough to everybody. And she's going to do that upcast of bless again. And she's gonna hit all of us. I think that's 3rd level bless. And then she's going to take her movement back out because she sees it started to flap its wings and she's not about that life. And it'll be Millie.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I'm going to use a legendary action. I'm going to spend half of my Oops, I don't need to give myself some. I'm going to spend half of my disorder die to make this a breath weapon attack. That's going downward. So it should. Yeah. Yeah. So this will definitely it'll hit just Adelaide and Restic here.
Okay.
All right.
Give me dexterity saving throws.
It's gonna hurt a lot. That's a natural one.
Ooh.
You said dex save, right?
Yep.
It's a 17.
Okay, and that is a failure. Alright, throw these out here. So you both take 54 points of necrotic damage, and I need Constitution saving throws from you both.
Adelaide's down.
Necrotic
With
damage is
less.
just for the turn, right? It can't be
50.
healed for, right?
50.
What's that?
Like necrotic is just for the turn, but they can't be healed, or is it long?
Oh no, that's for others. Some abilities have that where they
What
can't
we
be
did?
healed, like
Okay.
your chill touch.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's not just necrotic as a whole. It's
We-
No.
okay. Glad to
All
hear
right, so
that.
Adelaide
You add
goes
your
down.
D4 to your save?
No, I
Or
didn't.
bless?
No. Hold on, let me add my d4. That was to 17.
Oh well, then you can't roll. Whatever you roll puts you at, so you pass. So you take half of that.
Ain't
Okay.
nothing I can roll to add to get better than the natural one.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
No, sir.
And
So
then you said con
54
save?
points. Yes, please, from the both of you.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Con save. Whoop.
Don't forget your bless.
Natural 20.
Nice. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. That was Millie's turn. That was this thing's legendary action. And thanks to the disorder die, I was able to use a breath weapon for it. Because it cost me 3 disorder die to do so. Merc, your turn.
Yay. So was I prone from the poison or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was just flavor that you were all on hands and knees.
Because that makes a difference. So we still trying to talk to the thing?
It's up to you.
I think that's advisable, personally.
Yeah.
Merc's gonna run up, get in a bad position. You know, just as we do. Merc will go, wait, Elder, in Draconic. And he'll go, we were the ones who brought you back. We're helping you, you see.
It looks down at you, flapping its wings, and you feel that wind beginning to pick up more and more. And you hear it respond in Draconic. Helping me how? You've disturbed me.
You didn't want to come back? To reign again? Over your umbral claws?
I sense their souls. They have departed this world. You must be responsible.
No, there's an upstart. One who's taken your people, your things.
Give me a persuasion check.
Your things.
Hey, Merc understands Draconic thought. It's your things. I'm gonna use an order die.
Yes, give them back to me.
Oh my goodness. Fuck it, yellow. I have one inspiration left.
Yellow's a great thing.
Do I get? Do I have to spend another order die on the? For
Yep.
the
Yep.
spend another order die.
Merc murders
Very
us
funny.
because he gets another breath weapon as a legendary action.
Merc does his best to get us killed every session. 21.
21.
I'm out of inspiration.
21.
You try your.
You offered help to this thing. He can sense that those who worshipped him have been since departed this mortal coil. He's willing to listen to what you have to offer him.
Merc digs in his pocket and pulls out the beheaded idol. And he goes, "The one who took your servants, they defiled your idols." And you'll offer it up.
You present to me a defiled idol of myself.
Proof of what
You,
the usurper did.
you are the usurpers.
Fuck.
You must die. Bad move, Merc.
Nah. I was hoping proof would do me good here.
At the end of your turn, legendary action. Gotta spend three order dice, or disorder dice rather. And I'm gonna breath weapon down right on you in your area, which is gonna hit Zurag and Adalaid as well.
Good news, guys. I'm by you now. You get a +1.
Dexterity saving throws, please.
And don't forget your bless.
What's a +4 or 6?
1d4.
Hey, bless got me to pass.
You're welcome.
That's a 19 plus 1.
Really doing her best to
30,
save the
20.
day.
30, 20 for Adelaide.
Okay.
So
Zurag?
rough.
I rolled, but it Foundry
Yeah,
messed up, so I'm reloading it.
It just didn't show. I saw your dice roll, but it.
I have advantage, so I got a 16 and a 1.
Okay.
And then it was, I don't know what it was on the D6 or
D4.
D4. Sorry.
Well, then just roll a d4 again.
Oh, son of a. So 3. So it's 19,
That'd be
and
19.
then +2 for my mod. 21.
Okay, yeah.
+1 from Merc.
So you all pass, so you'll take half damage.
The little thing that fell on the ground.
It's the exact same. 54 again.
Yeah, 54 points of damage, halved to 27.
Surviving.
I'm beginning to
Oh,
think all
Adelaide's
dragons
down.
are assholes.
Adelaide's down.
Okay, and I need Constitution saving throws from everybody who just took damage. Why do you
I'm
keep
in
making
deep
yourself
thought.
appear?
I got it that time, but it's above your damage for some reason on mine.
That's so weird. That's so
I
weird.
shouldn't
Okay,
do
yeah,
it.
it is.
I would like to
That's
use
a
an order
20.
die. Son of a bitch!
Stop using them because you're gonna kill us.
Did you
He
remember
has
your
3.
D4?
He's going to fucking kill us.
Oh, I get a D4.
You need it.
Here's the D4.
And you need it to come through for you. It did not
17.
come through for you. You're poisoned.
Poison.
I need you to stop making my job harder.
Just regular poison, not incapacitated poisons. If you would have
Woo!
failed. Zureg, you rolled a 20. You're fine.
Yep.
All right. Adalaid, death saving throw.
You get a +1.
19. 19,
Okay.
and I'll make the dirty 20.
Okay. As Adalaid goes down, you start to see bones begin to fall from this thing, and it's starting to struggle a little bit to keep its flight up. He's going to drop 5 feet. As he begins to unravel, as the person who casts this magic is no longer sustaining it. Zurag.
I guess seeing that, he's just gonna try to pick Adelaide up and run with her.
Okay. Scoop her up. Start
yeah.
running. It'll be half speed.
So if he's able to grab her, he's just gonna try to go closest distance. So if I grab her at 5 feet, it'd be able to make it to 20. I'd be able to make it there, almost halfway out the
Yep.
circle.
Yep. Adelaide's with you. Okay.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do.
Alrighty. So Zurag scoops up Adelaide's body and begins to run as this thing's lowering down more and more as more bones and vines are shedding off of it. Ressig, it's your turn. He is
Alright.
now 10 feet.
Mouse input. First things first. I'm going to second wind. Not rolling digital dice on that for sure. Thank God. But I will click the button to use it. 9 plus 8. 17. 6. 36. Alright. Not doing too bad anymore. I might be able to take one more of those hits. Run in.
You say the number out loud for chat. On the second
9.
one. Oh, okay.
What? I rolled a 9 plus 8. So 17. Running in. Because why the hell not? This thing is falling apart and it is now just over us. And it's very mad at Merc.
Mad at all of you.
That way. I'm going to hit it. Because I can. Why does it say plus 4 to hit? It should be way more than that. On there. Stuff that was 5 plus 9 to hit. Okay. Dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 to hit. Hits.
Alright. I'll just roll for the second attack. Higher 22 to hit on the second one.
Okay.
A whole bunch of damage. So, D8 from the weapon twice. And it was a D4 for this thing's extra slashing damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lots of dice. Next space here. That's 5, 10, 16, 23, 27 plus. That's 34 points of slashing damage on those 2 hits.
Okay. Alrighty.
And that's it.
Okay. That's going to be the Black Dragon's turn. Merc, you dead?
What? No, I'm alive.
Are you? Oh, that's poison.
Poison.
That looks.
I was like,
yeah,
oh shit.
Murph falls over dead. Ow.
Let's have some fun here, shall we?
Out of seething rage. The dragon gets it.
Gonna whip a tail at Rustic here. A 30 to hit you.
Yeah, I think that hits.
All right, so that would be 13 points of bludgeoning damage. I need a strength saving throw from you.
All right, 13. All right, and then strength save. Advantage. Give him the thing. My eyeball. I think that fails. That's 16. 15.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are pushed back 10 feet. And this thing lunges forward onto the ground to bite Merc.
Now, Elder, we could talk about. Ah!
Remember,
We
you
can
got
talk
that
about
shield.
this.
Get a reaction with it.
23 to hit you.
23 just hits. No, just kidding. 23 hits.
I mean,
There's a world where it misses.
16 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
And 4 points of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
As this thing continues to fall apart. That is his turn. Millie. You see Zurag rushing towards the edge of the circle, carrying an unconscious Adalaid as this dragon is beginning to fall apart, but still striking out at your allies.
Okay. Going forward. About here. And wait for Zureg to come out of the circle with Adelaide. And she's gonna cast. The problem is he's falling apart. And like that kinda saves us. But we put in a lot of effort for these bones. So I'm like, instinctually, Adelaide's unconscious. Millie wants to heal. But like, will that hurt us?
We'll have to
Well,
see.
she's no longer concentrating on the spell no matter what, right?
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so, alright, if Zureg makes it to me, Millie will cast Cure Wounds. So, on Adelaide.
Okay.
So, holding my action.
The end of your turn. Going to spend my 3 disorder die. give you guys the remaining, and I am going to breath weapon directly in front of me, getting both Merc and Zurag. Dexterity saving throws, please.
Order dice.
Correctly.
Zurag,
Double
yours will be flat because you're carrying somebody, so you won't have your danger sense advantage.
Okay, but I still get the bless,
Yes,
and I'm
as long
too
as
far away from
Millie
the
has
mark.
it open.
Yeah.
Let's
I
double
broken
check
my
these.
concentration. Thankfully.
Ah, I saw the 20.
You guys have all your order die now. If you want to give me some, or if you have inspiration.
I gave you one. Don't worry.
I will use inspiration on mine. I'll go
Okay,
down to
you
one
can-
stack.
You can use an order die here as well if you wish.
Craves them.
I crave
Yeah.
them.
You gotta keep the economy going. You can't hold them.
You can when there's a dragon.
Is that
Need the time.
is that an order die?
25. Yeah.
Okay. 25. You pass, so you'll take half damage. Merc, you're
Does my 9 pass?
no, not even close to passing.
I
45 points of damage.
I'm standing at 4 HP. Let's go.
I need a Constitution saving throw. Zurag, you will take half of that. So 22.
I did. Yep.
Okay, Constitution saving throw.
The damage buttons are actually working properly right now. So
So
18.
Is your for your D4?
Ah, no.
Yeah, don't forget your D4.
So here's the thing, guys, and I want you to hear me out. If I use
19.
an order die here, I have a good chance of not being incapacitated and
You also have a
actually
good chance
having
of
a turn
dying.
this entire exit. Here's the thing, if I go incapacitated, it's still gonna slap me at the end of my round.
I like Vader's smile. He's just like, this is a good day for me.
Yeah, but you're also not going to
Great
take
day,
Adelaide and
Vader.
Zurag.
That's a
with
natural
you.
20.
35.
That should
A
be
natural
That's
20. You got absolute max. You
Yeah. Yeah, absolute max.
Can I end the
On
poison
everything.
condition on that, please, Vader? Give me something, or give me badass points. Let me have anything.
That is impressive.
It is impressive. Let me just double check one thing.
You gotta get 3 max on 3 different die.
I will allow you to remove the poison condition.
Thank you, oh kind and generous God.
It's your turn.
Hi. Now hear me out, guys. What if I used another order die for a thing? You already got 3. It's not like it matters.
You
I'd
know,
like
don't
to
stand
spend
in
an
line.
order die
That's
for-
what matters.
You're right. Yeah, Merc will slide here.
It's not. His breath weapon hasn't been a line. It's been a cone.
Merc would like to spend an order die for Bluey 5 to enter the fight.
You don't need an order die. He's your guy. You should have been using him from the get-go.
Oh, okay. I don't know where he's at.
He was patrolling.
Yeah, he emerges from the woods.
He saw the dragon and said, nope.
They have intelligence.
He killed himself.
Let me try to find the warhorse stats again because I
Pole
never.
trucker calls me blue,
Yeah.
summons a
I'm green.
dragon, and then makes me have to deal with this.
Yeah. Psych.
Look,
You
we
know,
know what
that's a good that's a good point. Roll me a luck roll.
See
Sure.
whether or not he's a teenage dragon.
Real dad.
Bluey just so happens to be on the outskirts of this area and has not been in the zone, getting his ass absolutely handed to him.
You want to put me down a warhorse?
He would have been on to Bluey 6 if he would have rolled bad.
Get him! I don't know if any of that went
Good.
through actually because I didn't click the button right. Click this. Get him, Bluey. He's gonna come charging out of the woods. None of these are going to the. No, not working. Why? Let's try. I'm gonna just have to throw the roll in
Just
myself.
use the dice tray.
I was hoping I could click the buttons. Plus 6 to hit. Okay. Get him, Bluey.
Okay, that hits him.
We're doing warhorse.
Get him with your hooves. 2d4 or 2d6 plus 4. For 12 points of hoof damage, bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And yeah. I guess Merc's gonna swing this time.
Yeah, you've used up all your natural 20.
But I have advantage because it has been attacked by one of my allies.
Sure has.
21.
21 hits.
I'm gonna put a Divine Smite 2 in this. Let's not click that spell slot yet. It's like here. Features. Does this count as undead?
Yes.
That'll be 29 points of damage. And then swing the second. That's a natural 20. So the Chewinga, they put something on my character sheet that says max smite damage. I'm gonna put a second level smite into this.
Okay. So you're using your Chewinga charm.
Yes.
Okay. So it burns up your Chewinga charm.
So my 4d8 becomes 8d8, which is maximized, correct? So that's 64 points of damage?
I forgot what our crit rolls are.
Well, because my smite damage is just maximized.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And this is a critical hit. So he'll take 64 plus 21 points of damage. And I will add those as badass points to my character sheet. Does that knock any bones loose?
Well, that's a lot of bones loose. 85 points of damage.
Goodbye, friends. Remember me. I'm gonna add. I assume Merc is at max badass points.
That's up for you guys to keep track of.
Well, I had 49. I don't know what the maximum number is.
80.
'Cause I've never.
10
Okay.
times our level, yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus action Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. All right. Good hit. This thing is barely standing. Now I have a difficult decision to make. Do I need to go after Zurag, who's taking Adelaid away, or do I need to kill you?
Merc is yelling at it. Fine. If you don't want our help, I'm just taking your skull back.
As it's like falling apart, it rears back from that huge hit. I'm gonna spend all 3 disorder dice, not giving me one, spending them, giving you guys all of them. And Bluey and you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
If it's a breath weapon, no, you're good, man. Bluey cannot pass, and Merc will fall on no matter what roll you make.
Okay.
Merc's at 4 HP.
Well, you might want to.
Oh yeah, I don't want to insta die.
Yeah.
I don't think you can roll it that much.
No, I don't think I could either. Yeah, because you have like 100 something health, don't you?
Yeah, 102.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. 76
Oh.
points of damage. Almost got there.
Fuck. That's a lot of 8s in that. It's 7s and 8s in that roll.
Yeah.
Here's the roll just in case it would have mattered. 17.
I only rolled a 1, 1, and a 4. Everything else, 2 4s. Everything else was 6, 7s, and 8s.
Yeah, I thought the roll for the insta death was it has to be over.
Half.
Yeah,
It is.
no, that insta kills him. I'm at
No. It has to do all of your, whatever you have standing.
Oh, it's not
so 4,
imaginary health. It's whatever health you're at.
Yeah.
So it's like that 4 is now I have 72 points left. If you had 71 max health, you're dead.
Oh, okay.
I would. You said what? You have 10 what?
102.
So I would have to do 107 points of damage to kill you from this point. But you are down.
Yeah. Bluey defiantly explodes.
Yeah.
Gives Merc the finger as it disappears.
Yeah. Spits acid in his face again, gives you a death saving fail. Please roll me a death saving throw there, Adelaide.
That's a 4.
All right. Zurag.
He ain't even gonna look back to see all the shit that just happened behind him. He's just gonna keep running. Would I be able to action dash to get her out of the circle?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's just gonna get the entire 40 feet of movement then.
Action dashes. I don't think you can concentrate when you're down.
It was asking for the roll. I was like, it ain't gonna matter, buddy.
As you rush out with Adalaid, the person who had initiated this ritual, you turn back to see this dragon roar up into the air, and as it does so, the bones just begin to fall as all the vines loosen, and the roar echoes into the jungle top canopy as this thing just dismembers and falls
Falls down and crushes Merc.
Bones everywhere, falling all over the place. In fact, the skull falls on top of Merc. You take a death saving fail.
Oh, we were definitely not prepared for that.
We are still in combat because there is somebody doing death saving throws as you rush out and heal Adalaid. Ressig. No. Are you muted?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
going to use my movement. I get 30 feet here. I'm going to pick up Merc and then dash. So 5, 10, 15. Would be like right here.
Okay, so you push the skull off of his body, pick him up, and start moving.
Yep. Because I
Merc's
have
hand reaches out for the skull. No.
fucking break that thing. I'm going to step on that motherfucker and break it.
Millie,
mean-
that's your turn.
I think that was more Merc's fault than the skulls in this instance, specifically. Millie's gonna see Merc has gotten a bad time, so she will. You've got Ressig's got Merc, right?
Yeah, I'm carrying him.
You know what? We can save ourselves a lot of time. I'll walk as far as I can, the 30 feet. Wait, why aren't you moving? I told you to go.
Did you just measuring?
Oh yeah, this is the thing.
You can get within exactly 5 feet away from Merc to watch me roll this natural one.
Yes. And then she's going to prepare Cure Wounds so that when he moves the one step forward, she can heal him.
I want to stress.
There's a very high likelihood because it's Chug and he's been using up his natural 20 magic. If he rolls a natural 1, he's dead. Do you not have healing word?
I have healing word.
I would healing word him.
Making me use unnecessary spells.
I mean,
I know. Here you go, Showman. Live.
the other shoe is bound to drop on a Chug.
You see the one? It wanted you to know.
Very close. It's like, yeah, I'll let you live. So with the healing word, Merc coming to consciousness,
And gets
you guys
dropped
are all
to the
back on
ground.
your feet.
Not setting him down, dropping him.
It's dropped. Takes 2 points of
Why?
bludgeoning damage.
Back in countries.
But you guys are out of combat. And all around the ritual area are just the scatters of bones and vines. That dragon skull just staring in your direction. The lights just fading in its eye sockets as it goes inert.
Merc will go. You know, Adelaide, from the ground, I don't think our idea of it being cool worked.
Millie will take another step forward to where Merc is. And she's gonna look down at him. And she's just gonna say, "Why do you like to make my job so difficult?" And then she's gonna squat down so she can get right up next to him. And then she's gonna
Merc will ask, in what way?
she'll
Are you
kind of
saying there is some kind of metaphysical order and disorder system that I was extensively using?
You're the one that decided the skull would be a good idea.
Wait,
And you ran inside and then
I-
immediately fell on your face.
Before
Merc
Resic
will
spins
actually hold up
down,
his hands and go, I asked the expert in this situation if it would work.
She didn't know. Not knowing and doing the thing, probably not the best decision.
well, they're having this
Millie's
conversation.
kind of laughing as she's saying this. She's like, it's not like I am mad at you. It's just, You
And
guys
it's like, would
scared
you
the
all
heck out of
ever
me.
listen when I say stay away? Stay off the fuck away! Why would you all have to get into a fight?
I don't understand how it even got this bad. Like, you speak dragon.
Yeah, our conversation basically went really well until I tried to use something called facts and logic on it. Every time I use facts and logic, these things get pissed off at me.
You held up a fucking defiled effigy of it.
I was
It knows it felt that all of its worshippers had been killed, and you hold up a
I
defiled.
didn't say Merc was right. I just said Merc's an asshole.
The fact is, you shouldn't have done that.
As Merc is laying
Quiet,
there,
God!
Millie
Yelled.
healing him. This is the second time Merc has almost died because of this fucking skull. And while he's still big, Ressig is hammer throwing that fucking skull into the side of one of those big ass rock pillars.
Okay, roll me a strength roll.
Merc will go, Ressig, don't!
Not listening. That's a good thing for advantage. That because the first one's a natural 1, the second one is a 23.
Can I use 6
Okay.
order dice to interpose Merc's body?
I'll
Again.
use all 6 order dice to make sure this thing goes to fucking pieces, shattered into fucking shards of glass.
You throw it into the rock, and it does like crack it. It like breaks off one of its horns, and like one of its like where the eye sockets are cracks, but it's not fully cracked.
Merc
Tough.
is definitely getting up to interpose himself now, so it does not get thrown again.
Rustic, I'd say you have one more time before you shrink back down the middle.
I think I have 45
If
feet
you
of
wanna try
movement
to throw
versus
it
your
again.
30. I'm getting there, and I'm gonna do it again.
Merc just has to get
so-
there. You have to use an action. Run, Merc.
So Rustic moves over there, picks up the skull overhead, and begins to bring it down. Merc, you can. This is all happening simultaneously,
Yeah.
so you can do something.
Merc is going to just tell Ressig, he's like, don't break that or I will be angry. He is genuinely telling you that would make him mad.
Good thing you've almost died twice for this fucking skull. He'll hit it against the rock.
Give me a strength check.
Not as good. That is a 19.
19. You bring it down, attempting to smash it completely, and all you end up doing is just furthering the crack down the length of the snout from the eye socket, and it kind of bounces off the rock. The vibrations kind of shaking you loose as you shrink back down to normal, and it thuds into the ground. Severely fractured.
Hmm.
You almost died because of this thing on that bridge once. The fact you didn't die is impressive. And it happened again. This skull is cursed.
Merc will go, no, it's a skull. And while I will definitely take my part of this blame, I am not a druid, did not know that that could happen. I thought I was helping Adalaid.
Yeah. It's just a fucking disaster.
Merc will gesture to his many ouchies and go, I am well aware that it's a disaster.
Yes. I see that. But I will repeat, you almost died again. Adelaide almost died. That skull might not have been the main cause, but it definitely added to the problem. Something went wrong. I'm not a druid either. I don't understand magic. But that is definitely not what I'm assuming that Adelaide had in mind for her ritual.
Merc will just go. I would hazard to guess yes. As I said, my main thought was maybe this will empower it.
It did.
But
The wrong way.
regardless, if one of your things causes me a problem, I don't break it without asking.
If it's something that's cursed and causing us to die, you're welcome to break anything I have. Better that than one of you dying because of it.
Merc will go, look over at Millie and go, can you detect magic and identify anything, Millie?
I can try.
Is the skull cursed? He will gesture to the skull.
Really, I guess she'll walk over to where the skull is at and do an Arcana check. Can I guidance?
Sure.
Merc will go, if she says it's cursed, I will break it myself.
$25.
You do sense lingering death magic
But is that
coming
from
off of
Adelaide?
this thing.
Or
No,
is
it
that
does not
from,
seem to be synonymous. Does not seem to be synonymous with what Adelaide was. So this is arcane magic still
Is
lingering on it.
What
It's
I
fading.
recognize- Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, I recognize this as being like the same magic from the Hydra that brought up the head?
It has the same taste to it, but it's
Alright,
fading.
I'll explain that situation. I'll say like it feels kind of the same as it did with the shaman thing, but the magic is definitively fading. So it was only used, I'm assuming, somewhat recent on it, and now it's moving away because we got rid of that.
So it's not cursed. It is, in fact, we tried to do a ritual involving undead stuff with a shaman casting undead magic in the area.
Yeah, probably not our wisest decision to start with all the bones when there's a necromancer, so to speak, around.
Fine. Keep it. Die for it again. Ressig's just gonna find a place off in the woods somewhere nearby. Lean against a tree and sit by the river.
Okay.
Zarek is gonna ask Adelaide if she wants him to pick up the bones that are scattered
No.
everywhere.
No. I don't want that to happen again. She will start walking towards the village.
Merc will call out, actually, to Adelaide and go, Adelaide, wait. I think it was just the circumstances. We should try again. Maybe at our keep. You did make those caves homey to yourself. Do they not have nature magic there?
It's fine. We are all in this mess because of me, and I don't want any more trouble. I just want to finish this and get you all to safety. I'm done trying stuff. And she'll just keep walking.
Yeah, well, with what you rolled, Millie, as Adelaide's walking away, you know for a fact that her ritual was hijacked. So if she was to try it again, different circumstances could possibly lead to different results. But it seems that Adelaide has washed her hands of it, so it's up to the three of you who still remain kind of just standing there as the other two walk away.
Merc will go, Adalaid, if you would come over here, and he just starts picking up the biggest bones and starts depositing them in the bags.
Millie will start picking up the small ones and putting them in.
Cleanup crew it is.
Okay.
Millie will
takes-
explain as we're picking them up that she's really quite confident that her ritual was hijacked and it would be bad. She might be feeling upset right now, but later on, I would like to give her the chance to try again.
Well, regardless, we worked pretty damn hard for this stuff. It's kind of a shame to just let it go to waste.
I'm hoping we can maybe bring these bones back and ask them to hold on to them for us. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Probably a wise decision.
Also, I lost another fucking drink!
While the three are kind of talking and picking up these bones, what are Adelaide and Resic doing?
Adelaide is going to walk away towards the village. And she'll probably actually gonna turn into a little bird and just go for a fly because she's really disappointed in what happened. She almost killed her friends again. So she will just take a flight up.
Okay. As you're flying, I mean, you're also kind of, going over what just happened in your head. But as you're like playing out the motions, you could feel that the moment that your spell was hijacked, like you can almost now just like you can tell, and it was a part where the stone seemed to like grab a hold of you and wouldn't let you go for a moment, as if it was almost getting ready to sacrifice you to complete it. But your control over the primal nature at that moment was helping you fight against it, which is why it spared you from being sucked down. And you could feel that.
Cool.
What about you, Resic?
Resic wouldn't have gone far. He'd be within shouting distance of the people. He was just kind of, like I said, wandered off, maybe across the river a little bit, so he'd still be within earshot. But then seeing Adelaide, he probably would have tried to follow for a bit before she turned into a bird, and then return to the river and just sit.
Okay. Well, after about an hour, Adelaide, do you return back to your party, or?
Yeah, I'll probably find them. Will they still be there at the?
Yeah, about an hour later, they come walking out with the bags full of the bones. Your wild shape runs its course, and you all reconvene together.
Would it have taken about that time for us to get all the
Yes.
bones put away?
Yep. The day has been spent. Nighttime is now approaching quickly, and you have a little bit of traveling to do to get back to where the camp is. So I am assuming you guys all head that way to rest for the night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Is there any conversation you guys are having as you travel?
I will probably heal myself.
Millie will walk over to Adelaide and she'll say, sorry, things didn't really work out the way we intended. But I really do think it's worth trying again. And she'll kind of like open up the bag and pull out a bone and then put it back in. And she'll be like, I'm like, it was definitely hijacked. And, well, you might not really want to do it now. And I think it's heavily advisable to not do it until after we take out the shaman. I do think it's worth trying again because this could be something really special.
If you say so, I trust your word. I did feel like I also felt like it was hijacked too. Yeah, maybe in a later date. I'll try it again. But for now, I think I'm done. Thank you for collecting the bones. You didn't have to.
Better we get him than the shaman.
That's true too.
It was fun to do it a second time. We have to remember some good memories of them.
Yes, and the next time, if I ever do it, I will do it by myself. I would not want any of my friends to get hurt on my behalf again.
Millie will stop her there and be like, but if we would have left you to do it by yourself, then we might not have you. And we all walked out of here. We're in it for the long haul, Adelaide.
I mean, if for once, if y'all listen to me. But I understand. I will do the same. But this is not the time for us to get hurt.
I think we can all say things escalated pretty quickly back there.
Yeah, you could think I think you could say that pretty safely, actually.
Well, that was, I mean, it was worth a try. But I don't think it was the time or the place for it.
Let's make sure this shaman pays for it.
Yes.
Okay, you guys arrive back at the camp and head off to your tents. Any further conversation you guys would like to have before turning in for the night?
Mark needs some healing.
Merc is at 45. I used my lay on hands.
I think
Yeah.
Millie
So you do
probably
need
would've
healing.
helped him
Yeah.
out a little bit before we would have made it back to camp, realistically speaking.
I can also go through my cure wounds.
There's 22 points of healing for you, Mark.
All right. And that'll be in addition to all my d8s here I'm rolling.
Yeah, how's Zureg?
No, wait, don't roll
This
them.
is
Hold
okay.
on. I have some
I'm not doing
stuff.
good.
Oh shit. Okay.
11 plus 22, 33.
Okay, so here comes Surag. Oh, where did it go? That's a 8. And
25 was for me too.
Merc pulls out the Fluttershy band-aid, puts it on his
and
like
another 16 for you, Surag.
half melted flesh.
Thank you.
Yeah, fixed it.
Yes, a lot. But you gotta find it once you get to camp.
How's everybody doing now? We need more?
Is this 16 for me still?
Yeah.
That second one. I'm decent with that.
Well, I still got quite a few.
Not full, that's for sure, but I'm decent.
There's another 14 for you, Surag.
And you get a healing
That's
spell.
good. That's good.
You get a hit.
Thank you.
Get a hit.
How's Resig looking?
Pissed.
Yeah. Very bad. But you have to find him. Because as soon as we started walking, he's kind of on patrol in the front or moving around the back. He is not staying anywhere close to anyone.
Alright, let's say I look for you. Probably what, a nature roll? Perception?
Yeah, I'd say perception. Nope, that's a D12.
21.
Hmm?
21.
That's better than his 14 for stealth.
I would like to try something. You rolled perception too.
That's that's a
Really would have guidance herself and tried to sneak up on you.
that's an 8 for my perception.
23. I win. Riley's gonna see you kind of sulking around, and she's gonna be like, "I want to try something," and she's gonna like kind of like be really quiet. And she's gonna try to sneak up on you, and then she's gonna come up with like cure wounds before you like she gets too close, and then she's gonna like tap you on the back and be like, "Tag," very playfully.
Yeah.
So it's a 18 and a 13.
You
Because she would have
got
done both
me.
hands, so one and then the other.
18 and 13.
Yep.
Sounds like 31.
We'll start there. And then kind of lean into like a little quick shoulder rub. Like, how you doing?
Everything we do, we almost die. These fucking skulls, fucking bones, these fucking lizard bastards.
Yeah, but I don't really think that there's anything that's not gonna almost kill us. Literally, when we first met, we were on a cart that flipped over and nearly killed us. There is no winning. Doesn't mean we're not still standing all this time later.
Yeah, that's true. So it's more I could do to help, but just swing a sword or a pick around.
Well, to be fair, you're kind of dealing in magic. That's more in mine and Adelaide's court. I guess a little bit in Merc's, but not quite the same kind.
No. Who knows? I'll do what I can to help. I'll be here to swing a sword.
That's what we need you for. Without you, we all would have probably been in a lot worse shape many times over. You gotta look at the positives. We're still standing. Hey, if you really want to get technical, I shouldn't be here. You literally caught me falling from the sky with that giant bat. I was not meant to fly. And you know what? I got boots, so now that doesn't happen again.
Well,
Your boots.
if only we all could fly.
Well, that was just me and Adelaide. Merc, kinda, but that was a completely different story. He wasn't a very good flyer, was he?
Far from it, actually. But I guess we survived, so
Yep, and that's what counts.
I wish we could do more than survive. Thank you for the healing.
How is she feeling now, by the way?
Little more than half?
With the last thing she said, she probably would have kind of done like a little pat on the back. And then popped another one on you. Click again, I did. I don't remember what level I clicked it at. To pop a sorcery point. Give you full. So that would have been another 4. No, another 6. So 12.
Okay. Definitely better than they were before. You're sneaky, by the way.
Do what I can. You know, sometimes we're in such deep thought that we don't notice what's going on around us. Not a bad thing. But if you're not going to be around, some safe areas, it's probably not a good idea to get that lost in the sauce.
True.
And, just gotta look on the bright side. We're all still here. We could try again. It's not like we don't still, we all picked up the bones, Merc and Zurag and myself. And I already talked to Adelaide. It was for sure hijacked. So I think she's willing to try again when we get home. Or at least after we kill the shaman. So that doesn't happen again. I felt the same kind of magic I felt with that Hydra. So Lord knows how that would have gone if Adelaide hadn't have been knocked unconscious and Merc hadn't have been just using everything in his arsenal to keep everything going.
Well, definitely could have been worse. I feel like it could have been a whole lot better, though.
And you knocked him down in the first place to make it so I could even get in.
guess that's silver lining.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So we can go find everyone else.
Probably a good idea. But you just gotta know that, sometimes things are gonna happen, and as long as we all make it out in the end, we did the best we could.
I should just slop all over my stuff.
You're not muted, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Adelaide stumbles in, holding like a monkey, and she's like, "Oh, did you just slobber?"
All right, so you guys both head back to the group.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. You reconvene. Was there any conversation that the other three were having while Millie and Restig were out?
Merc would have gone to, because these are lizard folks, so there's like bone working people, right?
Give another 7 to that. 17. Another whatever thing.
What are you asking there?
Merc was gonna go find somebody who, like, works bone, like one of like the bone workers, and he's gonna take that broken horn that he has slung over his shoulder, and he's just gonna. Do you think you can do anything with this?
Like what?
Merc will kind of look it over, and he goes, "Well, that shaman has pissed me off quite heavily today, so I'd like something to hit him with."
Perhaps it could be made into a pick or a dagger.
Merc would go, "If I could make use of a pick."
I will need some time.
He'll nod. He'll go, "Well, I'll leave you to it. Do I owe you anything?"
You will pay when the job is done.
Give him a nod. Like the very tip of the horn has actually been like sawed off. Merc has like a chunk of bone in his hand still. He'll kind of march back to their tents, just kind of pull out some like whittling tools. He's gonna start whittling a pipe.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely won't have this pick by the next day.
Yeah.
How about anybody else? Anything you guys want to do before going to sleep?
I'm okay, other than my nighttime routine. Just
The artifacts and stuff we got, do you need to attune to those or something?
I don't think you. I think your staff needs to be attuned. I can double check. But you would have already done that.
Okay.
I just gotta remember to add them to your actual inventory.
I don't think Zureg would have anything to do. He was
Okay.
just along for the ride on this one.
Okay. A lot of strange looks from Raella and Skarn, who wonder why you guys went out into the woods, didn't go to the direction at anyway, at any time that anybody told you that might be the way to go, and you came back, beat the shit.
Just a training exercise.
So they're very confused, but they ask no questions as they can tell the air of the party is pretty heavy. And you guys.
These are good people, guys. We should just live in Chult from now on.
It's yeah, they could just see like it's like don't ask. Like, all right, they got their tasks they need to do. They'll do it.
That's actually not the worst idea.
So, you guys turn in for the night, and you sleep fitfully. But eventually, you do awake to the next morning. So if you weren't fully healed from the magics, you can either use your hit die right now to gain HP, or you just get a
Con score
Down to
plus
your
half
constitution.
level.
Yeah,
Mhm.
rounded down.
Yeah, that would have brought Merc. Yeah. So 18 plus 4 would have been 22. So he would be at 2 short from max. So he'd be at 100.
Okay. All right. Well, the dawn of the next day comes. This will be your second day amongst the Terraclaw tribe. So you wake up.
It's the
The
second
day's
time we'll
short.
see this. Oof, 1d5. A second green drake appears. Bluegard the Sixth has been called.
Lord. So you summon your sixth bluey,
Which is green.
and which is green. You guys prepare yourself for the morning travel. Where are we going?
I think we have 1,000
Get our ass
bones
kicked.
gathered up, right? We have 1,000 bones. Hear me out, guys.
We're about to go kill a shaman. We ain't conjuring anything shitty.
Merc will seek out whoever is loaning us these tents. This spot. And he'll just ask, we're about to head out to go kill this shaman. Is there any way we can keep some things here?
Absolutely.
Merc will go. And I don't know, if we don't return in 60 days, you guys can just keep it.
If you don't return in 30, we will keep it.
Bargained and done.
Isn't
You
it
guys
like
you
3
guys
weeks to
forearm
get where we?
handshake.
Wasn't it 3 weeks to where we're going?
Depends on which way you guys are traveling. Which I guess that remains to be seen. So you guys tell me. Are you guys going to try and go through the land of ash and smoke, by way of the Peaks of Flame and essentially circle around to the northeast of where the city is supposed to be or rumored to be, or are you going to try and find the rumored staircase to the southwest, which will be a little less time?
Stairs. I vote stairs.
Well,
Hey,
Zurag's. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's go for the mystery path.
I was just gonna say Zurag would have, like I said, went with whatever she told us was probably the better option.
Yeah.
She didn't. She didn't. She just
Mhm.
gave you two.
Yeah, she gave you two equally bad options.
Equally bad.
I would like to approach someone that may or may not have a map and ask them for a map of the area.
They won't have a map of Omu. It is a
I just
forbidden
mean of the
city.
area
yeah.
as a whole.
Oh, okay.
Like with
I mean, they'll
mountains
have-
and things that we can kind of use as landmarks if we see them.
Yeah, they can give you a basic map. They can like draw out where the peaks of flame are and stuff like that.
Millie would be satisfied with that. She just needs a bearing,
Yeah.
a direction, if you will.
And because of the snafu yesterday, Merc is gonna make it pretty well like apparent. We are heading out on their mission, their expedition today. We are not gonna go off and get our ass kicked in the jungle again.
Okay. They bid you a fond farewell.
Again.
Bye.
And as you walk away, they're like, they're going to die.
Have fun storming the city. You think they'll make it? Not on your life.
Not a
Well,
chance. I say they don't even make it to the city. How much you want to bet? 50 clams.
I want one of them to look in the tent and be like, why the heck do they have all of these bones in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tent we are leaving our stuff in is a horror show. It is just bones. With a dragon skull dead in the middle.
Good lord.
Neatly stacked.
That would literally take up all your tents.
Kid
Uh,
runs by and he's like, opens the tent flap and just bones fall out.
Yeah. Oh my god. He's never seen it
But-
again.
This little piggy made their house made out of straw. This one made him a bone.
The bones of his enemies.
Merc will tell someone the contents of this. Because there's a necromancer raising things nearby.
Oh, well, to that point, if you do, they don't want him there.
Yeah. Fuck.
So you don't have to tell them. But if you do tell them, they're gonna say we don't want him here. If you leave him here, we will destroy him.
I do have to point that out because, yeah, it would really suck to come back for these guys' portal and they're all dead because we left an undead army ready to make in their home. Merc will discuss this with the party. We need bag space.
Billy will sigh and she'll be like, technically speaking, the bags are another plane of existence, right? So they couldn't raise the dead in the bags.
Yes.
But we need the bags if we need to collect things.
Yes.
Merc will go, I can take the skull out of the hole. And then we could fill up the hole and leave the hole here. And at least then we might have a bag.
We have 2 bags of holding. So both full of bones.
What
How big is this portable hole? If it's
That was full of bones.
no
Just one.
No, it was both, I
both.
believe. For 1,000 bones.
Yeah.
it's both.
Yeah.
Oh, it was both. Okay.
So
the
bones are taken-
with few items like shoved in, but it's mostly just bones.
Yeah.
How big is this the portable hole in relation to like bag of holding size? Since it's not, you said it's not a normal size hole.
It's literally just enough space to hold up the skull.
So about a
So it
little
wouldn't
bit
even really be
smaller than
worthwhile, do it?
a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
than
Maybe
bag of holding.
it would maybe hold half of what the bag of holding could hold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the normal portable holes they can hold what absolute crap ton of stuff.
Almost 300
Yeah, this is
cubic feet.
Yeah.
This
Versus
is not
this
a
bag of holding
normal
64.
portable hole.
Yeah.
This is a hey friend, I see you're carrying around an insane fucking skull that's gonna give you disadvantage on everything.
This is
You're welcome.
the portable hole of kindness.
Yes.
This is the portable
Um,
hole of why you being so dumb. But here,
Millie will
fix.
go over to Adelaide and ask her if she'd be comfortable to try again after the necromancer has been, or not the but the shaman's been taken care of, and then we can have the space to bring the stuff back, but we don't have to worry about the bones while we're on the way there.
Yes.
so you're proposing
Again,
getting rid of
We
some
can
of the bones?
get. Yeah. I can collect some bones again. It's okay.
No, I'm suggesting that we take these with us, and then after the shaman has been dealt with, and we don't have to worry about them trying to hijack our spell, we try again.
We're not going to do it on
Yeah.
Obo. We will
No.
Die if we
Well,
try to
what
do
if
the
we
ritual on Obo.
what
I
if
don't
we
know where
Hansel
we're
and
at.
Gretel these bones? We'll like drop a bone here, drop a bone there, and then pick them up on the way back. Just saying.
Option.
We're going to leave a bread trail of bones. I
Schultz,
I
hear
think
me.
I think
That idea less than leaving him here in the camp and not telling these
Yeah.
people about it. That's how I feel about the breadcrumb trail of bones.
Yeah, but
I-
we can pick it up though, because where are we gonna put it even if we pick it up?
I think we just destroy. We
It's-
have to destroy a percentage of bones. And
Yeah,
make
we'll
some
just do it.
space.
We should. We should just
We
have a big fire and destroy it in the fire.
So if we
we
throw basically we put in the portable hole, fill it as much as we can with bones out of the bag of holding, just to like fill the empty space. So like, was it like?
yeah, we would have to take the dragon skull out
No.
and hope that we could just leave that there.
No, what I'm saying is the skull is there, but like fill in the space around the skull with smaller bones, dump out a whole bag of holding, and then start collecting. Then we only have like 60% that we need to collect instead of all of it. You know what I mean? So we empty out what we
We have
can
one
from
whole
one
bag
bag
of
of holding. Well, both bags of holding are full of bones. We empty out one
Yeah.
whole bag of holding, whatever we can fit into the portable hole around the skull, and then ditch the rest.
Yeah.
And then we have one whole bag of holding that is full of bones. And if we get
no,
there
we
and we're
I'll
like, hey,
figure it
there's
out.
a lot more shit that we need to pack in this bag of holding, we'll dump out more bones.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say nothing else is going in that portable hole while that skull is.
Okay.
No, there's no working around it. And I can pack a little femur bone into the crevice here.
Well, what can we fit in
It's
the
literally,
eye slot?
it is literally expanding the bounds of the portable hole. Like you're pushing the limits just having the skull in there. If you put a fucking metatarsal in there, it's going to tear.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna destroy
My
basically.
suggestion, if you just want to, if you're really keen on keeping these bones, leave your bags of holding and grab different bags. You only want your bags of holding because they hold a bunch of shit. Just grab a bunch of bags.
Well,
Grocery shop this shit. if you want my suggestion, I want to move on.
One trip only.
It was my more concern was I don't know how far it is there, so I don't want to come back and them to be like, well, your bags of holding are now are.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean,
Okay.
we technically don't have to leave the bags of holding because they each weigh like 2 pounds. We could just grab other bags.
We have other
There you
bags.
go.
We have backpacks and shit that we had before bags of holding.
Well, there you go.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
We thought about all this through just to take everything anyways.
I would like a shopping cart, please.
I don't want anything
It has
with
to be
wheels in the
hell.
jungle.
It has to be hell pushing it through the jungle. But here's a Walmart cart.
Does it have a little flag?
Fuck
It
the Walmart
does,
carts. None
and-
of them ever work
and-
right.
Yeah, the front right wheel snags a bit, so it slowed down really bad.
we need an Aldi card. It's a lot bigger.
Nah, man, but you want to get your quarterback.
Yeah, it's like what, a copper?
Yeah. Silver. So
Yeah. Merc is just gonna get a
really
shit ton of saddlebags. That's it. He just puts it. He's not gonna ride Bluey 6. It's a pack mule. There we go.
Louis 6 can't
There
be
you go.
sacrificed now for a bit.
Oh, I mean, he could definitely be killed.
We should.
I imagine we'll be on Bluey like the 12th by the time we get back.
We'll find out. So, you guys are going for the rumored staircase.
Sure.
Okay. I would like each of you to roll me a d20. And as long as we don't get a fucking natural one,
Hold up.
we're gonna
Does
someone
montage
say we
this
need-
shit.
Oh!
You rolled a d5.
What?
I rolled a D5 for the color under it 9 seconds ago.
Yeah, that was
That was my natural
that was
20.
Bluey.
That was weird. It was like, okay, natural 20.
I got a
Oof.
2.
Tried my best, guys.
I got
14
real
for
close with
Adalaid.
a 2.
Here's your 1. Oh, a 5. Merc rolled
We're
them
doing heavy lifting.
What did Adelaide get?
14.
14.
Okay. So, over the course of a couple days of traveling through the jungle parts to reveal a dead city enclosed by sheer cliffs. Ruined buildings and stone boulevards rise like ghosts from the floor of a misty basin as colorful birds glide overhead. A waterfall pours into the basin, creating a swollen river that floods much of the city before draining into a deep rift filled with molten lava. And a ruined palace lies a few hundred feet from the edge of the streaming abyss. Welcome, Hunt Lords, to Omu.
Or someone's dog is just barking.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
dog!
It's an undead dog.
No, none of those.
Welcome to the
Ish.
loading screen of Omo.
It'll
Welcome
load
to
you
the
guys in
Umbrella
eventually.
Academy.
Oh my god.
I love this city. Ah,
Welcome to Omu. Still taking resting a little bit to get over there.
don't worry,
The
guys. These are happy
lava.
numbers.
Yes, it is lava.
Omo's a happy place.
And as you guys
Nice,
set your
nice.
sights for the first time on the forbidden city of Omu, what awaits you inside will remain to be seen, as that is where we will end tonight's session.
That
So do you think we
was
could put like an extra bone in the pullable hole?
Your bags of holding fall into the hole, and you guys are snapped into the astral plane where you cannot breathe and you die, and that is where we end our campaign.
Really made it to the end, guys.
Yeah,
Solid.
thank you everybody for playing with us. We will never do this again.
and nobody even said that we're in a pickle.
No.
Oh, fuck you.
No. Nope. But no, the Hunt Lords have set their sights on the forbidden city of Omu, a city that has not been seen by very many for many years. A city that had the gods turn its back on it. A city where somewhere inside Raznazi waits. Let's find out what happens next time on the Reign of Storms.
Guys, we're gonna get a city. We got a keep. No, we got a fucking city. Let's do this shit.
We
And
kill
we heard-
everything in the
dragon.
city. We
And
take
we
it
heard
over.
something about a
Yeah.
tomb that was full of all kinds of good stuff, so we're definitely gonna make our
Yep.
way that way.
Totally. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So TBK
We're gonna be
is
the
coming up
Omu
soon,
Lords.
guys.
I heard there's a demon's mouth that we stick our
Yep.
hands in, one after another.
One after another. I can't
We're
wait.
gonna-
But
We're gonna be the
Thank you,
Lords
guys.
of Omu.
especially thank you, Adelaide, for completely upending what I had planned for this session. I'm glad I
You're
spent
welcome.
the last 2 hours before this session getting everything ready.
That
But,
was the beautifulest, by the way. I know a DM moment when I see it when you're like, and in 2 days you get to fucking Omu.
yeah, yeah.
We were supposed to
Yep.
be traveling this episode, but now we're not. You're just there.
Yep. So here we are. You guys montaged it. A couple days travel. Oh, we made it. But hey, the fun awaits us inside. So we'll get there. But great session, everybody. Thanks for letting me summon a undead dragon. But thanks for watching stream. I hope you all have a good night. Have a good week ahead of you. I guess we can make this announcement now because I haven't formally made it to any of our people who watch us, but the group knows. But we will no longer be doing Monday sessions. And I will not be available for Wednesday this week, but I have had to make some cuts in my D&D life so that I can focus on my health life. So I've cut down how many days because playing 5 days out of the week is rough, especially with a full-time job and all that stuff. But come join us here every Sunday where we do Storm King's Thunder until these people get themselves killed.
Give us 5
We're
episodes,
trying.
maybe
We're trying.
6.
Have a wonderful week. Zip it up, zip it out. Good night.
Good night.
Take care, everyone, and good night.
Bye-bye.